Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Grace. If you're new here, welcome, and I am a medical student studying in Nigeria. So today I'm going to be talking about the myths of medical school, those things that you guys think are true but not actually true. They are called myths and I'm going to talk about it. So let's get straight into this video. Okay, so I have like different myths I'm going to be talking about today, and the first one I'm going to be addressing is the fact that you have to have connection before you can start studying medicine in Nigeria. That's not true. You don't need to have any connection before you start studying medicine in Nigeria. And for those that don't understand what I mean by connection, is when you have like someone that is of great influence in a particular institution that could literally help you enter into a particular facility without actually working so hard or beating a particular score. But the truth is that you can actually write JAMB, CCME, or any school, depending on the particular school you're going to. You can just write the exams, and if you do well, you'll be taken. It's medicine. The thing is that medical school is very competitive, so you have so many people that are trying to have very high scores. So because of that, people want to try and be paying people in the administrative block for coming into the school like through connection. But if you're that, it doesn't work that way. But if you're in a private university, the chances of having connection is very low, like very like zero. There's no point having any connection. Just write the exam, do well, and you're in. That's the first myth I want to talk about. The second myth, I feel like this is the most popular myth, is the fact that you are going to stay a minimum of 6 to 8 years before you graduate. Now, medical school is actually 6 years in total. 6 years, 3 years of preclinicals and 3 years of clinicals. But the thing is that in a private university, you stay 6 years, and sometimes it might even be less than 6 years, because in a private setting there is no strike, no ASU or NASU. Nobody is going on any break or strike in private universities. But this minimum of 6 to 8 years, it might extend to 7-8 years, maybe in a federal setting when there's strike. Now, in a private university and in a federal university, another thing that can make you elongate your stay is if you repeat a particular year. Maybe you failed one of the MBBS exams and you were asked to repeat the year. Now that is where you can actually say that you might actually have more than 6 years. You might stay 7 years or 8 years, depending on the amount of years you actually repeat in medical school. Now, the third myth I want to talk about is the fact that people say you can't make it unless you write lab exam, USMLE or AMC exams. Unless you write those exams and go abroad, you won't be able to make it as a doctor. Now, the truth is that you can write those exams here and go outside and still don't make it. You can stay in this country and still make it. It all depends on how you pay your cards, where you're working, the pay, and about your personality, the work you put into this whole medicine of the thing. So whether you write lab or AMC or USMLE and you travel abroad and you don't put in the effort, you don't work hard, I'm sorry, but you're not going to get any good pay. The only thing you're going to really enjoy is the experience, because over there they have more equipment, they have more hands, and the system is better over there. But here we understand that these are hard times in Nigeria, but that doesn't mean that you cannot actually get good money or you cannot actually live a good life in Nigeria as a doctor. The fourth myth I want to talk about is medicine and entrepreneurship do not work together. That is a lie. You can do medicine and own a business. Oh my god. Let me tell you something. The consultants I know, most of them have like shops. Like, I just met a pediatrician like last week and I realized that she has a shopping complex. She has a boutique. So you can do medicine and you can also own a business. Like, it's all about how you plan yourself and how you make out time for your business, and how, I think the most important thing right now is time management. So you can literally do medicine and do business. I'm doing medicine, I'm doing YouTube, and now I'm branching into makeup line. So rather the beauty aspect of makeup, making people up. So it's all about how you plan your time. Just make sure that you don't fail your medicine and give more attention to other places. Just plan your time, okay? The next one is you must attend night prep classes before you can pass an exam. Lies. You don't need to attend like prep night class. No, now you can actually have study groups. Now this is different from the whole class I'm talking about. Now the class I'm talking about is where people come together and literally have a class on the topic with certain group of people. But group study is very, very different. The group study can be anytime, morning, afternoon. You can do with 3 people. But I'm not talking about class now. Now you don't need to have like a personal or group class before you can pass an exam. The truth of the matter is that the most important thing to pass an exam is being able to sit down and read. Because if you attend those classes or you do group study and you don't read, you're not going to pass the exam. You will not pass the exam. So please, let's come over the whole myth of you have to have a group study or class where you can pass an exam. Please, the most important thing to pass an exam is what? Reading for the exam. Okay. The 6 myths I'm going to talk about is medical students don't have fun. Medical students don't have fun. Please, we do have fun, but not as much as other people studying other courses, because medical school is very demanding and your time for fun is very limited. Even the type of fun you have has to be worth it, because there's no time to really do all those play. It's only maybe, funny enough, your fun will be just your hobbies, like maybe watching TV, watching a movie, playing sports. But like, to see that I've been wasting time, you can't be wasting time in medical school, but you shall have your fun. It all depends on what is fun for you and what you describe as fun. But please make sure you enjoy yourself in medical school, please. The next myth is that the second MBBS exam is the hardest exam. Second MBBS exam is the professional exam when you write the anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. Now, why people think or say is the hardest exam is because it's actually the first professional exam you're going to write. So obviously, it's the first one, so you're going to be more scared, you're going to be having more anxiety, you're going to be thinking about the exam because it's going to be your first attempt to the professional exam. So it will look like your hardest exam. And this second MBBS exam is the exam that almost all lecturers talk about when you're in year 2 and year 3. Once you just enter the class, you'll be like, okay, now your exam is coming up. They'll be reminding you of this exam as if it's the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ for the second time. But the truth of the matter is that it's going to be your first viva, so obviously you're going to be very scared. But by the time you write your 3rd MBBS, your 4th MBBS exam, trust me, you will not be scared, because you already write the same procedure, viva, theory, and OBJ. You won't be scared of nothing. I'm telling you, you'll not even be shaking. You just go in there. Now, what makes you scared in your 3rd and 4th MBBS is probably when you feel like you don't know so much, and they might ask you a question I don't know. You might not be scared of the human being. Like before, they tell us that you might see somebody grumpy and everything. Don't worry, it's fine. Second MBBS exam is the most, well, not scary, but the most talked about and the most feared. The 8th myth is that only the most intelligent students enter medical school. Lies, all lies, lies, lies from the pit of hell. Just read. If you can read, understand, and apply the knowledge, you're good to go. So you don't need to be Albert Einstein. You don't need to be too smart. Just make sure that you'll be able to sit down, read, and you're okay. You don't need to be the first, second. You don't need to be first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Just make sure that you can just sit down, read, and apply and pass. In medical school, you just need to be able to pass 50% and you're okay. You're going to be a doctor. Someone that gets 80% in medical school and another person that gets 50% in an exam, both of them are still going to be doctors. They are still going to be running the same program. Even when they graduate, they will still become doctors, okay? Nobody is going to say, I want to talk to the doctor that had the highest grade, and I want to talk to the doctor that did not have the highest grade. No. Everybody will still call you doctor. They're going to be looking good as a doctor. So please don't come in with the mindset that you must be very smart. Just as I said, or rather, as I said before, just know how to read, apply, and understand. That's all, and you're good. Medicine and surgery is a calling. Please, did you call your phone? Did your phone ring? Who said medicine and surgery is a calling? It's not a calling. It's a passion, it's a desire to help people. Because let me tell you something. By the time you enter medicine and surgery, you not want to stay again. You want to leave. I'm telling you, it takes the grace of God and you being so strong that you really want to do this as far. a passion or desire to do this medicine. If not, once you just enter the first year, you might even go through the first year because first year is more like your SS3 work. But when you enter year 2, you start anatomy. Biochemistry, physiology, you might be so shocked. You'll be like, it's what I signed up for. See, medicine is not a calling, no. If you like it, do it. If you know you can stay through stress, please, you can do medicine. It's a passion, because the passion that will actually keep you there. Because sometimes you'll be asking yourself, what made me choose this thing? And you have to tell yourself that it's because some people say I want to save lives. I'm having so much fun filming this video. Please, medicine is not answered me. I don't think it's a calling, because you can do other things in the medical field. But please, if you want to do medicine, let it be that is your desire and passion. Don't say it's a calling. That's for me. Because by the time you enter, you realize that there's so much work, and you might be like, are you sure this is really for me? So if you don't have passion for it, medicine, please don't do medicine. Now the next thing is second MBBS exam is the rate limiting step for MBBS medical school. That's a lie. It's a lie. Take it from me, it's a lie. Even if you pass second MBBS and you fail third, fourth, fifth, you're not going to graduate as a doctor. So please make sure you pass all your exams. Pass all your exams. That's what should tell you is the rate limiting step or rate limiting nonsense. They lie. Pass your MBBS. Just keep going. Second, third, fourth. You can do this. Just pass it. Nothing any rate limiting anything. Nothing like that. Just pass it. Now the 11th meet is that dentistry and medicine are the same. They're not the same. They're not even done together. The only thing is that I think from year 2, 3, dentistry and medical students, they have almost the same courses. But after year 3, forget about it. Everybody is going their separate ways. In fact, we don't even learn together, but we have like similar courses. But once it's year 2 and 3, everybody is going their separate ways. It's not the same thing. It's not the same program we're running. But we're under MDCN, but it's not the same program we're running. The next meet is, it is a guarantee that you will be wealthy when you graduate. That's a lie. You will not be wealthy when you graduate. It's a lie. You will have money to be able to live comfortably, maybe. But to say you're just going to graduate and be wealthy, how now? It's not true. Because first of all, you do your house job, now come and do NYS. You now do registry. You do your junior and senior registry. Further become a consultant, you're making mad-ass money. So it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that once you just graduate, you'll be wealthy. It's a lie. You have to work and go through different stages of life before you relax and tell yourself, oh, I'm wealthy. In fact, you might even want to branch and do something else. You want to start business. You might not want to stay at a place. We have come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. I'm begging you, please. And also follow me on Instagram at grace__SK. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Okay? Thank you. Bye.